Hey Canucks fans, let's call last night's defeat a character builder, shall we? I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clay Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Saturday, October the 26th. And truth be told, I'm filming this in the evening of Friday, October the 25th. I just got back to the office from watching the Canucks. The 6-5 loss to the Washington Capitals. Was there with my lovely wife Gail on a date night. Had one car at the arena, near the arena. Had a second car at my office, so she dropped me off. I'm recording this now. Hopefully you're watching this on the Saturday because I started work actually today on the Saturday morning at 6 a.m. and I didn't feel like getting up at 5 a.m. to record this vlog. But still, my content is timeless, so I'm sure it doesn't matter if I film this the night before, the day after, or whatever. I'm glad you're watching this, and I thank you. And speaking of watching videos, I want to give shout-outs to a lot of people that I met at the game. You know, it's kind of cool. I admit, it's good for my ego. Not that my ego needs any more help, but I love it when people stop to say hello and we can talk Canucks at the game. So I want to give shout-outs to all these people that I met at the game last night. Tanvir and Blake, Victor, Andrew, and many more. I forgot your names. I apologize. I tried my best. But I remember meeting at least those 4 guys. Thank you for saying hi and for watching these videos. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch these videos. Okay, let's talk about this game. A lot of thoughts. The Canucks should not lose to any team when you have a 4-goal lead, basically heading into the third period. More on that in a second. Even if it's the Washington Capitals, one of the best teams in the league, a powerhouse of the Eastern Conference, Stanley Cup champions 2 years ago, weapons, dangerous players, Ovechkin, Karlsson, Backstrom, Eller, all these guys, Oshie. But still, the Vancouver Canucks should not have given up 4 goals to them and then lose in the shootout. And I'll get to all the reasons why. But I must admit, as much as I wanted the Canucks to win, I was thoroughly entertaining. It was crazy. I thought the Canucks were going to run up the score on the Capitals, and they did. They raced out to a 5-1 lead by the middle of the second period, or by the end of the second period there. And then the third period was crazy. It was like the scales tipped. Actually, for the first 10 minutes of the third period, Washington dominated. But then actually Vancouver came on and retook momentum at the last half of the third period. They just couldn't beat the goaltender, the Washington goaltender, Samsonov, who I thought was going to play a lot worse. Well, he played pretty bad the first little bit, and then he got stronger as the game went on. So yes, I wanted the Canucks to win. Yes, it'd be nice if they continued on their winning streak. But I guess if you're a glass half full guy, you say they got a point, they give up 2 points to an Eastern Conference foe. At least it's not someone that they're fighting, in their division or in their conference with for a playoff spot. So would love to have 2 points. We'll set out for 1. At least it wasn't a 0. But maybe I'm in a good mood or something. Maybe I should be more upset. I mean, I'm sure a lot of Canucks fans are upset. I'd be more upset if we did that to Detroit or LA, if we gave up a 4-goal lead to one of those teams. But no excuse, and we can call it a character builder like I kind of talked about at the start, but hopefully the Canucks will learn from this. And what will they learn? Well, let's talk about the good things they did. I talked about it in my post-game vlog last night. Really liked Tim Schaller's game. That fourth line was good. They were only on the ice for 1 goal against, but they were creating. Schaller working hard, that shorthanded goal, and especially his even strength goal. I think it was the 4th goal for the Canucks. Wonderful, battling on the boards and then batting the puck out of midair. So I think Tim Schaller had a really good game. I also liked the game of Pettersson and Besser and Miller. I thought they were noticeable as well. The power play looked good. They went 1 for 5. They gave up the shorthanded goal, which I'll get to in a second. But that Quinn Hughes to Brock Besser play was really nice. That first goal of the game for the Canucks, and so that was good. I did like Schaller's play, the fourth line play. Ferland actually looked engaged, more engaged, although him and Jake Virtanen still had less than 10 minutes of ice time. Thought Horvat had a decent game, but as a line, they gave up 2 goals. I'll talk about that in a second. And of course, Pettersson with his looked dangerous, of course, with his goal, the 3rd goal of the game, and JT Miller also added to his point total as well with an assist. So some decent things for the Canucks. Thought Tyler Myers was actually pretty good as well, and so not bad. A lot of bad things though. Obviously, you can't give up 4 goals, a 4-goal lead, and that goal at the end of the second period was such a killer. Imagine going into the second intermission with a 5-1 lead. Even a team like Washington, that's a tough deficit. 4 goals in 1 period, but to only have to come back for 3 goals, it's still daunting, but obviously not as daunting. And that goal was painful. That goal with 0.3 seconds or 0.2 seconds left by Kuznetsov, his second of the game. It looked harmless. With 4 seconds left, the puck was still in the corner. Then it gets out to the middle. Troy Stecher makes maybe an advised dive. Maybe Markstrom let up a bit, but the goal went in. There's no doubt it went in before the buzzer went. Actually, the buzzer didn't even go because the goal went in and people knew. And now Washington Capitals have life going to the dressing room. And then, of course, coming out of the dressing room, they had a really, really good first 8 minutes of the third period. They get that shorthanded goal. That was kind of weird. I didn't like... there wasn't really good battle level from Hughes and Pettersson in the corner, and then Horvat tried his best to tie up Eller, but I'm not sure how that puck still gets on Eller's stick, and especially past Jacob Markstrom. I'm sure Markstrom would have loved to have that. Then the fourth goal and the fifth goal, both slap shots from Kempny from the point. Maybe Markstrom a screen, but I still think you need to find a way to make those saves. So Markstrom had a rough game. Let's call a spade a spade. He had a rough game. He only made 24 saves on 29 shots. Some of them were difficult, but some of them weren't that difficult, i.e. that shorthanded goal. So I do think that Markstrom, could have played a lot better. So he's one of the reasons. Also, Quinn Hughes, he had that nice power play assist on the first Canucks goal, but he also was a -4. I know a lot of people, whether you're a Quinn's, a big fan of Quinn's or not, a lot of people say, well, you can't really read a lot into plus minus because sometimes it's that's more of an individual stat and it's a team game. I get all that, but still it's noticeable when every time you're watching a Washington Capitals replay, a goal replay, that Quinn Hughes is on the ice. I'm not saying all the goals were his fault. I'm not saying that at all, but he was on the ice for the shorthanded goal and then 3 even strength goals. And you guys know, actually, you may or may not know this, that for plus minus, even strength goals count, but also shorthanded goals too. They count in your plus minus. They're a plus, obviously, if you score them, and a minus if you give up one. And the power play do not count in plus minus, only shorthanded goals. So Quinn Hughes was on the ice for, his power play goal for the Canucks, but that doesn't count in plus minus. Then he was on the ice for the shorty by the Washington, and then 3 even strength goals. So that's why you get a -4. So again, I'm not saying it was his fault, but -4 does stick out to you on the score sheet. Another thing that I didn't really like is the play of Horvat, Virtanen, and Ferland as a line. Yes, they got 1 goal out of it, that Ferland to Virtanen goal. Actually, all 3 of them, I think, combined on. Let me just check on that fifth goal by Jake Virtanen. They were all in on that goal, but they're also on the ice for 2 goals together, which isn't great. And it was the first goal of the game, about 3 or 4 minutes in, where they had trouble getting the puck out of the zone. And then there's another goal where they're on the ice. I think it wasn't the shorthanded goal, of course, but it was one of the slap shot goals. I think it was actually the 5th goal of the game. It was Horvat's line on the ice again. So you can't really have that. So that's 2 goals they gave up and only one that they scored. And that's why they were all -1, and Horvat was -2 because he was on the ice for that shorthanded goal as well. So they didn't have the best game at even strength either. Fourth line did. They played very well, and I think, like I said, Pettersson, Miller, and Besser looked dangerous in spots as well. One other thing from the game, kind of interesting, was sitting. I brought my lovely wife Gail, as you guys know, but next to me in seats 3 and 4, the season ticket holder there, his name is Jens. And I know he's Danish, so it's pronounced Jens. I say Jens, but it's pronounced Jens, and it's actually spelled Jens, like Jens, but it's Jens. But I've always known him as Jens, and even on my phone it says Jens, Yentz. Anyways, so he knows I like vlogging. He watches my vlogs. Thank you, Jens. He's actually a good musician, so I keep promising him that I'll get him to one of my songs one day. But we decided to make these vlogs during the intermission, just today, quick 1-minute hits, first intermission, second intermission, and then after regulation. And the first intermission, we were all cocky, right, because the Canucks were up 2-1, we were all excited, and then after the second intermission, we were still cocky because the Canucks were still up 5-2. And yes, we talked about how that goal, we didn't think that goal with 0.2 seconds left was going to have an effect on the team. And then, of course, at the end of the third period, we were nervous as heck because now it was 5-5, and we felt like we jinxed the team. So I love doing these videos with Jens. He's very good on camera. He's very natural, and we get along very well, fellow season ticket holders. But it wasn't a good start in terms of, it was not because we vlogged that we lost, but obviously I would have liked it if we won. So many things to talk about. I would love to know what you thought of last night's game. Tonight's game, technically, but because I'm recording it Friday night. But what did you think of last night's game? What did you like, aside from the play of Tim Schaller, maybe the play of the fourth line, maybe some of Pettersson, Besser, Miller, maybe Hughes? Let me know what you think, what you liked. Let me know what you didn't like. Do you blame Markstrom for none of those goals? Did you notice that Quinn Hughes, if you didn't know about the -4, Did you notice that he was on the ice for a lot of goals against? And do you agree with me with the sentiment of the Horvat, Ferland, Vertanen line not being that good in their own end? And maybe it's because Horvat, getting better, but Vertanen and Ferland have never been known as great defenders. So maybe that was an issue as well. What do you think of the giving up the 4-goal lead? Were you does it make a difference that it was Washington versus a weaker team, or does it make you upset just the same? Anyways, lots of things to talk about. I'd love to hear what you think. The Canucks do not play again until Monday night when they host the Florida Panthers. I will not be going to that game, but obviously preview that game and do my post-game stuff as well. So thanks for watching this. I know you're watching this on the Saturday. I'm filming this on Friday night, but again, it made it easier on my schedule. So once again, would love to know anything and everything about what you thought about last night's game. Leave a comment below. I'll read, react, reply as much as I can. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Enjoy the day. Have a great Saturday. God bless. Go Canucks go.